Yes, people, welcome back to another video. And first thing I'm going to say is Maguire is an absolute donkey. We've just lost 4-0 to Liverpool, our biggest rivals. And Maguire is just... he's not a captain. He's not a Man United level player. He should be playing for Burnley. He's awful. He cost us 2 goals at least today. That, I think it was the third goal where he stood off Sadio Mane. What a dickhead. These players showed no passion, no nothing. That clip, there's no passion. That clip, that's how you describe Man United. Literally. We have Thiago in the middle of the park, just switching the ball, doing little flicks. Snap him. Just take him down. Just get a yellow card like Bruno did in the last 5 minutes, but it's too late. If you're going to put a tackle in, you go for the player as well in a derby like this. No fight. We've lost 4-0 again. Well, we lost 5-0 before. What am I supposed to do? Celebrate that we got 1 less goal conceded? Wow, fucking hell. We bought on Hannibal Mejbri. He came on and he absolutely shown all the other players up on our team. Not the other team, because obviously that's young player. But he's shown up. Rashford, all the midfield in that team. He ran, he tried, he left a tackle in. That is what you do in a derby. You get stuck in. And he got stuck in. He nearly got sent off, but I'm proud of him for getting stuck in, for trying to actually do something in the game. I hate this club. I hate these players. Well, I don't hate the club, but I hate these players. I hate the owners. We're going to announce Ten Hag in the morning, I reckon, but the sooner we get rid of these players, it just isn't. It's just not Man United. It feels like I'm watching. I can't even say Crystal Palace because they're better than us. Norwich put up a good fight. Like, these players must be championship level. You've seen today, Maguire. We have a back three of Maguire, Phil Jones, and Victor Lindelof. We've spent 1 billion, 1 fucking billion, and we've got them 3 donkeys at the back. Like, I don't get it. We got Wan-Bissaka playing left back when we have a left back on the bench. Whose stupid idea? There must be some sort of things in the contract that says they have to play in these big games, because I just don't get it. They're all shit. 50 million we paid for Wan-Bissaka. 50 million. Well, say you've got Robertson, who only was bought for like 8 million. The scouting at this club is absolutely dog shit. 4-0. I don't think people are quite grasping the score. 4-0. That's 9 goals conceded in 1 season to Liverpool. We haven't even scored a goal. Today we had like 2 shots on target, and they're the most shit shots I've ever seen in my life. There's 1 player, maybe 2, who I'd keep from that starting 11. I'd keep De Gea, I'd keep Elanga, Bruno maybe, but it depends what Ten Hag thinks of him. Pogba, 10 minutes into the game, decides, you know what, I'm not up for the fight here, goes off with a little tiny injury. It didn't hurt that much. Well, I don't know how it hurt, but it didn't look like it hurt that much. He just went off. If that was France, he'd have stayed on the pitch and was like, you know what, I'm up for the fight. Maguire came out in the interview before the game and said, listen to this, I must not have been performing badly these past weeks because I keep getting selected by Manchester United. Is this guy on drugs? He's got the biggest ego for the shittest player I've ever seen in my life. He's got a Van Dijk ego, but I'm trying to think of a shit centre-back that's worse than him. I could say Phil Jones, but Phil Jones is better than him. He's got the Harry Maguire skill, and that is probably the lowest of the low. He should be playing at Rochdale. Never mind Burnley. I said Burnley earlier on in the video. He's not getting ahead of Ben Mee. He's not getting ahead of Nathan Collins, whatever his name is. And he's not getting ahead of Tarkowski. And I guarantee they've got a youth player at Burnley who's a better centre-back than this little clown here. He can't head a ball properly. He just lets it hit his head. He's meant to be a captain, and he blames everybody else. He doesn't take responsibility. Victor Lindelof's more of a leader than him. Phil Jones is more of a leader than him. And he doesn't even want to put a foot in. He's scared. He looks at the players running at him. He's like, oh God, I'm shitting myself. Get him out of the club. Obviously, we couldn't play with Ronaldo today because of just devastating news that his son died. So rest in peace to his son. It's not good news. And I did like the fact that Liverpool sang Viva Ronaldo as well, because, you know, they clapped for Ronaldo in the 7th minute because, yeah, just respect. And that shows that football isn't bigger than things in real life, and that rivalries don't stand for, like, 2 teams can come together, and 2 clubs and 2 fans, sets of fans can come together and show their respect and show their, what's the word? Just, well, respect, would you leave it as that? Show the respect and towards Ronaldo, and it's good to see. 5 minutes into the game, we're 1-0 down. Back to the football now. And Maguire, it's hard. Like, I'm not going to speak about Maguire for the rest of this video, because if I keep speaking about him, I'll have a heart attack. Like, he's a donkey. That's the last thing on Maguire. Maguire is a donkey. That's what we need to know. That's going to be the title of this video. Maguire is a donkey. So, 4-0, 5 minutes in, Luis Diaz scores, and De Gea is absolutely fuming with all the defence. And we're not talking about the donkeys in front of him. And the midfield is nowhere to be seen. The centre-backs, you've got 3 centre-backs marking 1 striker. And what happens? The striker beats him to the ball because none of our centre-backs can close down a fucking cross. And there's shit on the ground. You've got Eric Bailly sitting on the bench. He must be fuming. He's got Phil Jones, Victor Lindelof and Maguire getting in ahead of... Well, Donkey, should I say. You've got Victor Lindelof, Phil Jones and Donkey getting in ahead of him. And it must be depressing watching them three. Surely it gets to a point where, when do you get a chance? I'm hoping Ten Hag comes in tomorrow morning. That'll be the news that Man United try and spin and to make it a positive. But it's not over yet. The season's not over. And if Ten Hag takes over now, God help these players. Ragnick's been taking names and he said we need to upgrade every part of the squad apart from goalkeeper. And even then, Ten Hag might want a better goalkeeper or a better goalkeeper with distribution. Not a better goalkeeper as in shot stopping, because nobody's better than De Gea in my opinion at that. But some people are better at distribution than De Gea. So yeah, you can't blame De Gea for any of the goals in my book. You can't. You can only blame the defence. The team just shows a lack of effort. They're lazy donkeys, all of them, and they're dickheads. All the players are dickheads. There should be multiple players getting sold in the summer. It's week in, week out now. We beat Norwich last week and some fans went on like we're going to win the league again. We conceded 2 goals to Norwich. Reality check. Bottom of the league. We scraped a win against bottom of the league. We lost to fucking Everton. We need to calm down as fans. We need to get on the players' back saying they're not fit to wear the shirt. We need to get on the players. And if they can't handle pressure, they're not Man United players. These players do not deserve to wear the shirt. I know so many Manchester United fans who would have put in a better performance than the Manchester United players today. And when I say that, I don't mean performance, but more effort. If you put me on a Manchester United pitch and I get to wear the Man United shirt in front of all them fans, and I won't be as good as them as footballers, but I'd fight. I'd put my life on the line for the shirt. Like, these players don't care. They're jogging around after 10 minutes. They're not sprinting. They're not closing down. They're a bunch of bottlers. They're a bunch of dickheads. And this all goes down to Ollie buying Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Dan James in one fucking summer transfer window. That is the worst summer transfer window any club has ever done. We sold Chris Smalling to buy Maguire and we got the wrong end of the deal. It is... How is Phil Jones at the club? I like Phil Jones as a person, but as a player he's dog shit. Or he's just average. He gets injured all the time. I have no sympathy for any of them. They all should leave. A couple can stay, but they all should leave. Now, I'm not going to go into more detail in the game because I'll lose my shit. So yeah, 4-0 Liverpool. Manchester United is shit. We're finished to the end of the season. Summer, let's hope we get some players in, get loads of these knobheads out the club and restart. That's all we can hope.